These are the 6 acts of love your dog hopes to receive from you every single day for the rest of their life. And the science behind why they matter might change the way you think about your relationship with your best friend forever. Right now, 68 million American households share their homes with a dog. Nearly half of all homes in this country have one, and almost 90% of those owners say the same thing. This dog is not a pet. This dog is family. We spend over $150 billion a year on our animals. We buy them birthday cakes. We let them sleep in our beds. 76% of us do, actually. But here's the question nobody is asking often enough. Are we giving them what they actually need? For all the ways dogs are woven into our families, the birthday hats, the Christmas stockings, the spot on the couch, there is a deeper need that cannot be filled by treats or toys alone. Science tells us that love, for a dog, is not a matter of sentiment but of security. It is about presence. To a dog, their person is the center of the universe, the anchor in every storm. Gregory Burns, a neuroscientist, put dogs in an MRI scanner and found something remarkable. When a dog smells their owner's scent, the reward center of their brain lights up, just as it does for food or play. The owner, not the treat, is the source of joy. Behavioral research goes even further. Professor Enrico Cubini's work shows that dogs look to their human in the same way a child looks to a parent, seeking reassurance, guidance, and comfort. Dr. Jim Carlson calls this the secure base effect. When a dog feels their person is reliably present, their world becomes safe enough to explore, to play, to rest. When that presence is inconsistent, anxiety and uncertainty creep in, no matter how many toys fill the basket. So the first act of love is not about grand gestures. It is about being there, again and again, in ways the dog can count on. The question is not whether we adore our dogs, but whether our presence is the kind they can build their life around. Touch is more than a gentle habit. It's a biological signal that speaks directly to a dog's body and mind. When a hand rests calmly on a dog's back, or fingers stroke soft fur, something measurable happens beneath the surface. Heart rate slow, breathing deepens. Studies using heart rate variability show that dogs and their people can sync up physiologically during quiet, affectionate contact, both partners growing calmer together. In these moments, the body releases oxytocin, the hormone that fuels trust and connection, while levels of cortisol, the stress chemical, begin to fall. For many dogs, praise and gentle stroking are not just pleasant, they are as rewarding as food. Gregory Burns, fMRI, research found that in some dogs, the brain's reward center lights up just as brightly for a loving word or a familiar touch as it does for a treat. This is why a soft voice or a reassuring pat can anchor a dog during thunderstorms or in new places. But the power of safe touch becomes even more profound for dogs who have known fear or instability. In shelters and foster homes, studies show that consistent, gentle contact can lower anxiety, rebuild trust, and help a frightened dog risk connection again. The opposite is also true. Rough or unpredictable handling can keep fear alive, making it harder for a dog to ever feel truly safe. Every touch is a message, one that can either soothe or unsettle. For a dog, loving contact is not an extra, it's a daily act of reassurance that shapes their sense of security for life. A dog's sense of safety is built on the quiet repetition of everyday life. The bowl fills at the same hour. The leash comes down from the hook, sunlight moves across the floor, and the world makes sense. For a dog, these patterns are not just background noise. They are a promise. Predictability is how a dog knows it belongs, how it learns to trust that the good things will return. When the day's rhythm is steady, meals, walks, time together, and even the moments when the house falls silent, a dog can relax into each experience. Anxiety fades when tomorrow looks like today. Without this gentle repetition, uncertainty grows. Dogs left guessing about when they will eat, when someone will come home, or how long they will be alone, often become restless or watchful. Behavioral scientists have found that inconsistency in daily routines can spark frustration, separation distress, and even destructive habits like chewing or digging. The problem is not stubbornness. It is a nervous system on high alert, searching for signals that the world is safe. For rescue dogs or those recovering from trauma, the power of routine is even greater. When each day repeats with kindness, these dogs start to exhale. The barking softens, the pacing slows, and hope returns. Routine is not a luxury or a trick. It is a language of care that speaks louder than words. In the end, the most loving thing we offer may be the simple, steady shape of a day our dog can count on. A walk is not just a pause in the day or a bathroom break. It's a lifeline. Dr. Zazie Todd says that most healthy adult dogs thrive on regular daily exercise, ideally split into 2 walks. But it's not the number or length alone that matters. It's what happens on those walks, the freedom to move, to sniff, to make small choices, that gives a dog a sense of agency and joy. The leash may guide, but the nose leads. Every patch of grass, every breeze, every scent tells a story. For a dog, sniffing is not a distraction. It's how the world makes sense. Too often, exercise is treated as a checkbox, just enough to tire the body. But a tired body is not the same as a satisfied mind. Under-exercised dogs rarely look simply unfit. Instead, the signs appear as barking, chewing, digging, or pacing. Stress seeking an outlet, not bad manners. When movement is limited, frustration builds. When a dog can stretch its legs and use its senses, that tension melts away. Autonomy matters, even in small doses. Allowing a dog to choose the route, linger at a scent, or explore a new corner of the park is an act of trust. It's a signal that their world is not just controlled, but shared. Exercise is not the whole answer, but it's a daily promise. You are free, you are seen, and your needs matter. A quiet home, a basket of toys, even a daily walk. These comforts are not enough for a mind built to solve, search, and discover. For a dog, mental work is not a bonus, it is a form of welfare. The difference between a calm companion and a restless, destructive one often comes down to what happens inside the mind, not just the body. The Journal of the American Veterinary Medical Association found that when shelter dogs received enrichment, simple games, puzzle feeders, or nose work twice a day, the results were dramatic. Within 3 days, quiet resting increased by 65%. The kennels grew calmer, barking faded, and stress melted into peace. These aren't expensive interventions. A muffin tin and a handful of kibble, a few minutes of hide and seek, or a cardboard box filled with scents can turn a day around. When dogs are left with nothing to do, boredom becomes a kind of hunger, one that chews, digs, or barks for relief. Owners often see these behaviors as quirks or flaws, but they are signals. A dog who shreds the mail or empties the trash is not misbehaving. It is searching for something to do. Meeting the need for mental work is not about perfection or pricey gadgets. It is about understanding that a working brain is a happy brain, and that a changed day can create a changed life. Training is where love becomes legible, a language spoken in gestures, tone, and timing. Dr. Zazie Todd describes training not as a contest of wills, but as a conversation. Each cue, each response, is a line in a dialogue that shapes the dog's world. When people use clear, consistent signals, dogs relax. Their bodies soften, tails wag loose, eyes meet yours with trust. In contrast, a muddled or unpredictable approach brings stiffness, lowered ears, and a searching gaze, a silent question. What do you want from me? Science has shown that the bond between person and dog deepens with simple, mutual attention. Professor Eniko Kubini's research reveals that when a dog meets your eyes, oxytocin rises in both partners, weaving a thread of connection that is as real as any spoken promise. Over thousands of years, dogs have evolved a special muscle to raise their inner eyebrows, amplifying their expressiveness and making their feelings readable. This is not manipulation, it is communication, honed by evolution to bridge the gap between species. For dogs who have lost faith in people, gentle, predictable training can be a lifeline. Shannon Walker, who works with rescue dogs, sees fearful animals learn to trust again through daily, patient teaching. Here, praise becomes the reward, more than food, more than touch, because it signals understanding. Every time you guide with kindness and consistency, you show your dog that the world is safe and that you are the one who makes sense of it. Training, then, is not about obedience. It is about clarity. It is how love is made visible. One cue, one response, one day at a time. Right now, millions of dogs wait each day for more than treats. They crave the small, science-backed acts that build real trust and joy. Neuroscience shows your presence rewires their brains for calm. The question is not how much you love your dog, but how deeply you show it. Thanks for watching.